My name is Matt Ramsey, and I'm with Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas. And one of my roles at Benedictine College is the director of the special ed program and preparing teachers to be special ed teachers. And so over the course of the next few videos, we'll talk about things related to special education in the Catholic schools. And so to begin with, I think the question becomes, why is it important to educate students with disabilities within the context of Catholic schools? This is a relatively new conversation. When I trained to be a special ed teacher in the middle 1990s, there was no opportunities for me as a special ed teacher to work within the Catholic schools. But today, the students graduating from Benedictine majoring in special ed do have those opportunities. And more our parishes and schools are asking the question, should we include students with disabilities? My perspective is yes, that students with disabilities should have a place within our Catholic schools. And let me tell you why. So every Catholic elementary school that I've walked into over the last 10 or 15 years in my work at Benedictine, somewhere on the wall of those schools is a sign that says that we're educating all God's children. And when I read that, I always think about the idea that we as Catholic school teachers are carrying on the work of the child's primary teacher and the parents. And so if it's our job to carry on the work of parents within the context of a school that we're educating all of God's children, to me, all should mean all. And that within our Catholic context, all students, regardless of abilities, should have a place in that garden. I like the St. Therese Lisieux imagery related to the flower garden, and that if all the flowers had the goal of being a rose, that the garden wouldn't be as interesting or beautiful. And I think the same thing is true for those gardens of our classrooms, that all students should have a place, and that we as Catholics educating in a Catholic context are able to look at all children and their innate and individual dignity. And that means that students are different from one another. But if we're not able to include all students within our classrooms, then I think we're ignoring part of our garden, and that wouldn't be the mission of a Catholic school. And so my personal philosophy is that we should educate as many students with disabilities inside the walls of our Catholic schools as possible.